Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the Armed Forces. Featuring Rocket League. The league is open to the whole Armed Forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. Sign up now to BFBS Pro League. See you in the arena. Gamers, get ready. Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the Armed Forces. Featuring Rocket League. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. BFBS Pro League includes incredible prizes for the top 100 players, best goals and the MVP, as well as giveaways of the latest consoles, gaming equipment and your chance to bag first place with a prize of £4,000 at our grand finale. Whether you're a casual player or a seasoned pro, the league is open to the whole Armed Forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets. BFBS Pro League Qualifiers kicks off in June. If you can play, you can compete. This is esports for everyone, everywhere. This is esports for the Armed Forces. Sign up now to BFBS Pro League. See you in the arena. Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the Armed Forces. Featuring Rocket League. The league is open to the whole Armed Forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. Sign up now to BFBS Pro League. See you in the arena. Gamers, get ready. Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the armed forces, featuring Rocket League. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. BFBS Pro League includes incredible prizes for the top 100 players, best goals and the MVP, as well as giveaways of the latest consoles, gaming equipment and your chance to bag first place with a prize of £4,000 at our grand finale. Whether you're a casual player or a seasoned pro, the league is open to the whole armed forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets. BFBS Pro League Qualifiers kicks off in June. If you can play, you can compete. This is esports for everyone, everywhere. This is esports for the armed forces. Sign up now to BFBS Pro League. See you in the arena. Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the armed forces. Featuring Rocket League. The league is open to the whole armed forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. Sign up now to BFBS Pro League. See you in the arena. Gamers, get ready. Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the armed forces, featuring Rocket League. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. BFBS Pro League includes incredible prizes for the top 100 players, best goals and the MVP, as well as giveaways of the latest consoles, gaming equipment and your chance to bag first place with a prize of £4,000 at our grand finale. Whether you're a casual player or a seasoned pro, the league is open to the whole armed forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets. BFBS Pro League Qualifiers kicks off in June. If you can play, you can compete. This is esports for everyone, everywhere. This is esports for the armed forces. Sign up now to BFBS Pro League. See you in the arena. Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the Armed Forces. Featuring Rocket League. The league is open to the whole Armed Forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the RAF Storm Shadows channel. It has been a while since we've been live on here with some Royal Air Force content. That's because a very, very intense season or split of RLCS has only just come to an end. Well, not quite yet for Dangerous Esports Club, but certainly for the Royal Air Force, our season is just kicking in with a multitude of events to look forward to across the rest of this year, including none other than the AFEI, the Allied Forces Esports Invitational, to look forward to in July. That's a big one for especially one of the teams tonight, the RAF Shadows. Joining me, though, for this evening's token match action is a very, very special guest, who I'll add is also a player that I've been coaching across the last bit, which is a pretty mad statement. But Cash does indeed join me for this evening's action. Cash, good evening to you, brother. Firstly, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to see a fantastic best of 7, hopefully.
Best of 7 it is for this token match, as it has always been. And again, somebody that you know hasn't been around the military Rocket League scene really at all, other than maybe this past couple of months, just having a little look in from the outside. Cash, what's been your impression of military Rocket League as a whole?
Been amazing. I mean, just seeing how involved everyone is, seeing how much work goes into it, seeing all the events going on, and it feels like everyone here is like a family. Everyone, you know, we're all bettering each other. Or I say we because I'm in the process of my application. But
go on,
you know, it's great. It's great to see everyone being so close together.
And that is always how we've been since day one, really, of establishing our wonderful community. The RAF Storm Shadows has been strong for 3-4 years now, and we absolutely love it. Now then, on to tonight's action. I will give you a quick glance over here to our lovely RAF Shadows players, and that gorgeous RAF Shadows decal might be one of my favourite. But as you can see, yes, okay, I know we've got a few suies in the chat. I'm going to get to them, don't you worry, guys. I might just save it for a good goal. But you can see that the Shadows players are locked in. You can see, most notably, there's only 2 of them. Logan is not on cam tonight, but you can bet 100% he's going to be locked in to the token match shift. Now, Curtino there, for your own information, Cash, is the captain of the Shadows side. He has been a staple for that team for the last 2-3 years. He's been in the Shadows, and he's led them extremely well. And of course, Cash, he has led them to their debut in the AFEI this year, beating the RAF Tempests earlier on in the qualifier. I mean, what do you make of that? Our 4th team shocking our 2nd team.
It doesn't surprise me, honestly. I mean, everyone works hard. You can see every team works hard. It's nice to see upsets for a change. It's nice to see fresh faces, especially coming to Elan. Obviously, it's upsetting for the Shadows. But I'm excited to see how they perform at Germany as well.
It's going to be very interesting indeed. And before we do jump into the action, Cash, I must get your prediction tonight. It is, of course, our 4th team on paper taking on our 3rd team. They've challenged the RAF Hurricanes. They've wanted this game tonight. And I will ask for your prediction. I mean, it's best of 7. It's anybody's game. What way does it go?
I still think the Hurricanes have got this. I know the Shadows have got a lot of upsets, but I'm thinking 4-2 to Hurricanes on this one.
Well then, I have given the players the signal to go. They are beginning to load into the lobby. This best of 7 is going to get underway. It is going to be Curtis, Roman, and Logan against JDS, Asher, and Sully. This best of 7 action is underway, and what is going on?
This is crazy. Have you got mutators on here?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Alright, let me just quickly remake the lobby. I didn't even know you could get cars like that. That is absolutely. You know what then we will do? We'll be back in about 2 minutes time. Whilst I remake the lobby, remake things and get them all as they should be, and we'll get this one underway in just about 2 minutes time. BRB.
Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the Armed Forces. Featuring Rocket League. The league is open to the whole Armed Forces community, including their families, civilian staff and cadets. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. Sign up now to BFBS Pro League. See you in the arena. Gamers, get ready. Introducing BFBS Pro League, the only tri-service esports league for the armed forces, featuring Rocket League. Compete against players of all abilities and play to win a share of the £15,000 prize pool. BFBS Pro League includes incredible prizes for the top 100 players, best goals and the MVP, as well as giveaways of the latest consoles, gaming equipment and your chance to bag first place with a prize of...
Right, we are back, and I do apologise for that false start, but it is a best of 7 between the RAF Hurricanes and the RAF Shadows. It's the Hurricanes looking to start quickly. There was Asher with a nice quick kick off, the rim with a bit of a whiff. It gives Battleben the chance for a shot at goal, and it's been a bizarre start, Cash, but it's a nice, fast, early goal for the RAF Hurricanes, and what might that do for their confidence as things get going?
And what an unfortunate miss from DeRomus, but we've got a beautiful clinical finish from Ben, a great start for the team, perfect for the energy.
Battleben. Oh, it's a nice touch from Logan. It's going to leave JDS very awkward, but he does so well on his own backboard there. Curtis has got to leave it. Asher fakes, back into JDS, shot again on the Shadows net. Sully goes up. It's away off the crossbar, and on the counter-down, here comes Logan. But Asher gets back in time to save the day. So the Hurricanes looking dangerous early on, Cash. Shadows aren't offering much just yet, but you can see they're warming up into it slowly.
Shadows having a slowly start here, and we've got Asher on the backboard, dropping it down to Ben, looking for the 50. Kurt gets a solid win. There we see JDS getting the dunk on Kurt. Death Stark with a nice touch. Ben pops it up for Asher, but Asher not quite able to get the touch.
Oh, that was dangerous indeed. By the way, chat, I don't know how many Suis I owe, but please tell me and I will get to them one by one. I think I owe G-Wood one, I think I owe NV one, and it will be an equalising goal from Kurt. Beautiful stuff. The Shadows looking good, and I think deserve their equaliser. Asher making a bit of a meal of things there. Curtis flying in at the far post. Past JDS. Ka-chow. It's 1-1.
An absolute power play from the Shadows there. Beautiful passage. I think we're going to have to share the Suis out at this point. You've got so many, to be honest. I think we're going to have to spread them out between us. We've got Roman with a shot. A good demo on JDS here. We've got Asher in the corner. He's got some time. Kurt gets a lovely dunk. But Ben with the safe play. And Death Stark with a shot. What a beautiful finish from Dark there.
I forget, Curtis, you don't actually know most of these players' names, so it's weird, because sometimes I rather mistakenly, but also intentionally, cast them as their IRL names. So, Battleben is actually Sully. Sully is was the previous captain of the RAF Hurricanes. And then Deathstark Jr. is actually Logan, but he's always used that in-game name, and to be fair, it works. It's worked for him nicely so far. So if you do see me casting them with those names, please don't be surprised, but it's Curtis for the third.
As clinical as ever. Beautiful pass from Roman here. Unfortunate whiff from Ben and Kurt. Just an absolute beautiful finish into the bottom corner. Nothing JDS could do about that.
And what do you think, Cash? Do you think it's time for Sui number 1?
I think it's time for Sui number 1, so are you gonna give us all what we want?
I've just got to warm it up 1 second. Sui! Let's go. And there goes Logan, looking to add a 4.
Save!
Brilliant stuff.
Beautiful save.
Oh, that was indeed a save and a half from Battleben. Of course, Sully, the former captain of the Hurricanes, saving the day there. And at this moment in time, although the Hurricanes started off really quickly, it's the Shadows who've been doing what they've been doing all year round for the last 2 or 3 years, to be fair, which is beating teams officially ranked above them. And so far, so good for Curtis and his boys, who will be looking ahead to Germany in just under 2 months' time now with so much excitement, so much to look forward to. There's the shot from Roman. There's the goal from Roman. And so far, so good for the RAF Shadows.
Absolutely great play. And what a bounce back from the start of the game from the Shadows here. Absolutely amazing start from them.
Yeah, they look comfortable. They look rehearsed. They don't look under any kind of duress. There goes Logan, gets the reset. Can't quite find the second. And one thing I like to do in these streams, as Roman almost finds goal number 5 for the Hurricanes, is I like to ask our special guest casters in, and we'll just wait for a second. It's a good save by Logan. Sully went for a creative play. JDS drops it down. Kurt gets there. Can Asher convert? He's taking a high touch. Can he find the redirect? No, he can't. And the Shadows survive. just about there, and Roman gets the clear. But Gash, one thing I always seem to do with our special guest casters, and of course I don't want to make that any different for you, is I like to ask opinions based on the level of experience that the guest has. And of course, you are slightly unique in that regard. Potentially you and Pluva that we've had on this cast that have played and continue to play at the very highest level of Rocket League, of course, in your top sixes, in your major events, in your worlds. In this kind of scenario, when you have so much at stake, I should say, what kind of pressure do you reckon these players will be under right now?
It's all for reputation for these guys, you know. As you see, another beautiful shot from Dark here, straight, clinical as always. But for the Hurricanes, it's obviously a lot of pressure for them to, you know, keep their level and be the third best team still in the RAF. And for the Shadows, it's a chance to prove themselves. It's something they've been eagerly waiting for after the amount of upsets they've been causing recently. So
true
for both teams, but I think the Shadows, especially right now, are handling the pressure absolutely fantastically. A dominant first game.
And of course, it is a best of 7. That is a nice demo from Roman. It will ricochet off the post, and it will find its way into the back of the net. Cash, it's total domination here in game number 1 for the RAF Shadows. And the RAF Hurricanes have it all to do.
Absolute wonder bounce back, especially from the hot start from the Hurricanes. A beautiful demo for Roman and Dark with an absolute beautiful shot against the post.
Nice to see as well some support coming in for the Shadows in the chat. We have Roman's dad, also known as Roman's old man. And I assume, Wolfie Lou, you are a associate, friend, relative, family member of Roman as well. But please correct me if I am wrong. As Sonny goes up, puts that one on goal. It's unlucky, to be honest. So close for some kind of retribution for the RAF Hurricanes there, but it wasn't to be. JDF whiffs that one. Up goes Ben again. Sully, can he find the nice touch infield? He can. It will cause Roman and Kurt some issues, but between the two of them, they managed to find that ball away and get it away from their danger zone. And the Hurricanes just left frustrated here. And should this continue, we might be in for a rather short stream. As we go into the final 29 seconds of play, Roman into Curtis. Curtis, nice touch. Sully coming in with a really good, important save to stop the Brazil. And now Asher, limited boost. Can he find his teammate? No, he can't. Roman steams in. Cash, we are now into the final 10 seconds. And based on this current performance from the Shadows, can we expect to see anything other than a sweep?
At this point, it's only looking that way. Kurt is leading the team to greatness so far. I think the Hurricanes are going to have a speedy bounce back after this game. And that one's going to be a tough one to take. Unfortunate with, but what an absolute amazing start from the Shadows here. Especially after the start. I'm going to say it one more time. An absolutely unbelievable performance from them. It's going to be hard for the Hurricanes to bounce back from this one.
Indeed, and they have a lot of, thankfully for them, as you will very, very well know, Cash, they have a lot of time to work with. That might be their saving grace. So maybe they need to start taking these full 1-minute breaks. I am in the game for some reason. Maybe they need to start utilising the breaks in between goals a little bit more, or use the time in between games a little bit more. I don't know, but at this point, something might need to change. Steady themselves in the slightest, but you will know. Cash, best of all, it's best of 7, right? There's plenty of time for a comeback.
Of course, the best of 7, anything's possible. Even if you go 2 games down here, it's all about changing that mentality. But that's such an unlucky 50, and Roman just 50-50s it right into the corner here. It's not looking good for the Hurricanes so far. But yeah, you need to start taking these 60-minute breaks, get a mental reset, kind of recollect yourselves. You know, this happens usually. It's a best of 7. There's so much time to change the path of the series. But we're still start a game from the Shadows.
And whilst we are here, if we are to assume, of course, that your current roster sticks as they are, which we don't know, of course, LCQ is on the horizon. What's your personal thoughts for LCQ?
Obviously, you know, we're all DNG supporters here. We're going to make the LCQ. There's no other answer other than that. We're going to make well. We've got Stella by our side as well. What could possibly go wrong? But here we are with Ben. Gets a 50 over the backboard. We've got Dark in the corner, taking a bit of control here. Asher with a nice block. Tries to take control, but Dark gets the cut and a good follow-up by Roman.
So some more lore for you then, Cash. A little bit of more lore for you. Now, Logan. Oh, that's a beautiful shot by Logan. It's Really nice save actually by Asher. How on earth has he found that from underneath his crossbar? I don't know. But he has done. And the 1-0 lead survives. But yeah, a bit of lore for you. Logan, aka Death Dark Jr., Cash, once upon a time used to be in the second team when there was like 6 RAF Storm Shadow Rocket League sides. Back when it used to be called the RAF Blue Team. That's where Logan used to be. That was his level. He then took a bit of an extended break from the game and now finds himself in, I say in the 4th team. I say finds himself as if it's a bad thing. It really isn't. Since his return to the game, he's been really enjoying his Rocket League, which, as you know, is a massive part of the reason we all play competitively. He's found his place in this wonderful Shadows lineup, and you know he's been a major reason as to why they've been able to qualify for Germany. And again, against the 3rd team tonight, they're looking comfortable.
So this is the storyline of the revival of Logan I'm seeing right now, and what
Pretty
a way
much
to come back as well, with all the upsets going on. And that's a beautiful shot from Sully. And we've got Kurt taking it to the wall here, seeing what he's going to do, but easily shut down by Ben. Logan's in an awkward spot here. We've got Sully. Unfortunate whiff with a good demo from Kurt. We've got Ron with a nice clear. Asher takes control. Easily blocked by Logan though.
Oh, G-Wood, you're right. There is some more lore there as Asher fails to prevent the goal from the captain, El Curtinho. Logan with more good work down that left-hand side. Sully couldn't quite get the clearance, and Asher expected a faster shot, but the slow play worked a treat, and it rolled into the empty nets, and the Shadows double their lead. But as G-Wood is saying, there is more lore for you, Cash, just because we like educating you on the Royal Air Force Rocket League lore. Logan was also in the original RAF Tempests when we originally made the switch from coloured teams to plane-related teams. He was in the original RAF Tempest then, and was part of the same side which featured G-Wood, and I believe it was Keanu, that was the first ever team to challenge, use a token challenge against the RAF Phantoms, which were the second team at the time, beat them, and then also retain their spot when the Phantoms challenged them back. So a lot of history has lived with Roman in terms of Royal Air Force Rocket League lore. It's quite actually funny that you reminded me of that, G-Wood, as well. As Fez also redeemed the Sui. Cash, when do we give it to them?
Oh, I think we're going to give it to him with the next goal. I think we're going to give it to him with the Hurricanes goal here. I'm kind of rooting for them to try and get their way back into the game right now. As you can see, the Shadows looking like a force to be reckoned with at the minute. Absolutely a beautiful Rocket League from these guys, looking absolutely unstoppable. But Sully just unfortunately misses the ball here. Asher takes it to the corner. What can he do with this? Gets a shot, but a good save by Logan. And JDS with a shot! And it's in, and Hurricanes have a chance to bring this game back still.
They do, and that's lovely play by Asher. And all of a sudden, the Hurricanes looking lively there. JDS, even with limited boost, trusted his teammates to earn in the space, trusted his finishing skills from close range there. And it was a wonderful finish. Central in between two RAF Shadows defenders. And just like that, there is a route back into this position now for the RAF Hurricanes. But that's a nice looped touch that Sully's got to deal with. Asher clears the ball away, and at least now, just for now at least, the slender 1-goal advantage that the Shadows have survives. And that's a nice demo. And here comes Battle Ben. It's a nice shot from JDS again. Will it find the net? It does. And Curtis, you got what you wanted. It's 2-2. And game on.
What a way to come back for the Hurricanes now, seeing the fight in them left. Beautiful shot from JDS into the bottom corner, and I just wonder where the next goal is going to come from and who's going to score.
Yeah, the next goal is surely going to be a vital one. A goal for the Hurricanes means it's at the start of a comeback, and the goal for the Shadows would surely mean another win and a 2-0 series lead. And in the best of 7, it's such a strong position to be in, and certainly not a position you want to be in on the losing side of things. There goes Roman, beats one, and just turns away. I trust his captain actually, and what do I know?
Oh, wow.
Clearly I'm not in their comms, and something was clearly said to Roman there by his captain Curtis. Drops it down, and great by name, great by nature, the assist on a plate for Roman, and he puts it home into the back of the net. And with 30 seconds to play, Cash, back to Shadows' advantage.
And it's looking hard for the Hurricanes now, especially with coming back from such a goal advantage for the Shadows, but still 30 seconds left on the clock. Got JDS taking time here. Ben takes the ball off him with a little solo play here, pass to Asher, gets the dunk. But Roman's there to get the clear out. got wide from Ben. Kurt calmly collects his ball into the corner. Only 10 seconds left on the clock now. Can the Hurricanes bring this one back?
Asher, one last attempt. Nice shot. It will fall to Ben, and it's an unlucky attempt at goal. It's the Shadows taking a 2-game lead. And well, it wasn't as dominant the first time round, Cash, but it certainly was equally as effective. All that matters at the end of that game is that with Kurt's goal, with the Romas' brace, they were able to hold off a much improved Hurricanes performance, it must be said as well. And they do get a second game win and a bit of breathing space, a bit of insurance. Now, do these RAF Shadows players have going into game number 3? And I must say, Cash, if I was a betting man, which of course I am not, the next game, if it does go the way of the Shadows, I just cannot foresee, I cannot envision it, and I stand to be corrected, but I cannot envision a reverse sweep for the Hurricanes. However, on their day, they are an exceptional side, so I fully expect them to make a big fight of it.
It's going to be hard to bounce back from that one. A tough loss for the Hurricanes, but they've got to win this game to keep them in this series right now. It's going to be hard with all the momentum on the Shadows side here, but we've got, once again, Shadows on the offensive side. A lovely beat from JDS into the corner though. Kurt, a nice hit off the backboard. Is anybody from the Shadows going to be there? And it is, and it's a good block from Asher. Still with control here. Gets a pass and Roman, he just whiffs it.
It just seems to be a bit of panic, a bit of chaos in the RAF Hurricanes ranks. And again, I'd like to say on paper, barring maybe Romas, who currently sits at the high to mid GC1 level, the rank structure favours the Hurricanes. They all are Champ 3 and Asher's been GC3 before as well. The rank differential favours them, and Sully is currently also GC1, pushing GC2. So it just goes to show you the structure that the RAF Shadows have, and they just play so far above what their ranks show. And the Hurricanes, if they do succumb to defeat here tonight, won't be the first or last team that have a rank differential advantage over the Shadows to come away with a defeat. And they just have ways of structuring their play and making it so efficient. I mean, maybe you can tell. What do you see, Cash, that the Shadows are doing well?
You took the words right out of my mouth, Stell. I'm going to be completely honest. The structure they have as a team, the composure, and the way they're able to find each other, it's just on a different level. And it's looking at the minute like Hurricanes just can't find the way out of defence with each other. But that's a beautiful pass, and JDS just hits it over. A lot of composure here from the Shadows. That's a good bump from Asher. Kurt gets the shot. See, we've seen a lot of double commits from the Hurricanes here. It's a little bit of unorganised chaos, and I think that's just what they're lacking here. A bit more communication, a bit more organisation here. But that's a good bump from Dark, and it's another lead for the Shadows.
Incredible stuff there. The Romas just drops it down to the car of Asher, and I think, yeah, it was a good bump. It must be said it well. It was a really good bump, and it unfortunately left Asher unable to do anything, and he just had to just see that one roll into the back of the net. But it was good play, and more good play again from the Shadows. Will it be a second goal, which would surely put Hurricanes in a world of trouble? It wasn't to be that time. That's a lovely flick by Asher, and away by Kurt. And Cash, I must ask you, in your illustrious Rocket League career, did you ever imagine yourself stepping in a commentary booth?
I would never say no to my best friend Stell, let's be honest, and especially with such an intense game with a lot at stake here. It's been a fantastic series so far. I've got to give props to both teams. It's been amazing so far, but again, another one back for the Hurricanes. You've got to get the Hurricanes a lead in this series at some point just to keep them from fighting. There it is! A beautiful kickoff from Asher, gets the beat on Roman, and Hurricanes are back in this series.
That's what the doctor ordered as far as the RAF Hurricanes are concerned. Asher leading the way, getting a nice second goal there, a nice fast kickoff. I don't know how he does those fast kickoffs. I still can't do it. 4,000 or 5,000 hours deep into the game. It's quite embarrassing, really, but that's a nice touch from Roman. Oh, it will open up here for Kurt, isn't it? It's an instant response. 2-2. The Shadows back on level terms.
What a passing play between Roman and Kurt here. Beautiful loft to the backboard here for Kurt, and the net's just open for him. He's got all the time he wants. It's a clinical finish. Back to 2-2.
They just need to trust each other. They need to communicate. I mean, having been exposed to your level of Rocket League for, you know, a while now, Cash, you know, communications is the most effective tool. And there's another effective tool, this time from the car of Kurt. Back in a brace of goals in this game, extending that lead now again to 1 goal. Curtis rising high over JDS, and they're back to within 2.5 minutes of 4 match points.
And the synergy right now for the Shadows just looks absolutely unmatchable. These passing players are just leaving the Hurricanes a step behind. They're not sure what to do with them, but there's still 2 minutes left on the clock. I have full faith in the Hurricanes to bring it back. They're going to need this one to put some fight in the series. And there's a double commit from the Shadows. Asher with the touch into the corner. Dark's got time, a lovely beat on JDS. And a lovely demo from Asher. What can Ben do here? Passing to the middle with Asher with the shot, and what a save from Dark.
That was really good play. Sully, former captain of the RAF Hurricanes, finding Asher. That was a nice link up, but it wasn't to be the save from the resilient RAF Shadows defense. For now, Asher and Logan doing battle on that left-hand side as the Hurricanes see it. Curtis with a nice clear. Oh, Ben Sully couldn't quite adjust his car. And Logan, as you said, Cash, what a finish.
Once again, the Shadows, a beautiful passage of play here. We've got Sully just caught out as third man, and it's all open for them. The Shadows look absolutely magnificent right now.
Indeed, they're looking phenomenal. Unstoppable here. It's 4-2. And now Hurricanes really have it all to do. What can Roma do? Can he just pile on the pressure? Can he pile on the misery? Can he add salt into the wounds of this downed Hurricane side? That's a nice flip reset attempt from Logan. Wasn't to be. JDS with a good clear though. Curtis has a little bit of time and patience and control and composure to divert the ball away to the left-hand side, and the ricochet back central towards Logan. JDS now back in towards Doromus. Doromus misses, and JDS scampers, trying anything to revive his team here. Good centre play. That's a good demo though, onto the car of Asher. Doromus can't quite find... Sorry, it was Kurt who couldn't quite find the empty net there. And the Hurricanes surviving now as we enter the last 45 seconds of play, which is all that separates 4 match points and the RAF Shadows. It will surely be Logan for the empty net. And Cash is surely now game, set and match this time round.
I don't see much about the Hurricanes coming back in this game. Again, an absolute dominant performance from the Shadows. I'm not really sure what the Hurricanes can do here. They need to find that the missing piece right now, because the Shadows are just flourishing right now in this series, and they look absolutely unbeatable. It's phenomenal.
That's a good word to use, to be honest. Unbeatable, phenomenal. These are all fine adjectives to associate with this RAF Shadow side, who have, you know, of all the RAF teams, and I will say that includes the Storm Shadows, it's this team, a team that's been traditionally lurking in and around the lower echelon of RAF Rocket League, that's been grinding the most, that's been in the training ground the most, been in scrims and never missing a session week in, week out. They've earned their right, they've earned their shot at being in this kind of position, and now, rather deservedly so, are looking to step up into 3rd place. And they have been there before, Cash. It's worth to know. They have been there before. They've been in 3rd position before, but what's different about it this time is that I don't think the Hurricanes, at this moment in time, in their current state, will be able to overturn this if they were to throw in another token match, a counter bid, per se. I mean, it's almost as if it's got like a rematch clause in it, Cash, where if the Hurricanes wanted to now, it's a new month, they could throw in their return token match and get that organised, but I think if they were, it'd almost be futile because the Shadows look, I must say, a step ahead of them at the moment.
You can see that the grind for the Shadows is absolutely paid off for them right now. They just look a level above the Hurricanes right now, and I've got to agree with you here, Stel, the rematch clause. I'd be doubtful to see Hurricanes take that spot back with just how dominant the Shadows look right now. It's going to take a lot of hard work from the Hurricanes to get back to that 3rd spot if the Shadows do take it off them.
And they may do. They may, you know, they may prove us wrong, and that's a wonderful save by Logan.
Yeah.
Asher returns the ball back into the central position. JDS stays lurking, and the Hurricanes do get something for their hard work. They do get something for their pressure early on in this game. Asher finding Sully. Sully dummies the ball, and JDS again staying so close to the play, staying patient, trusting his teammates, which might be the exact tool that they need to get back into this series. Gives the Hurricanes a rare lead.
think this is exactly what the Hurricanes needed, a perfect start to this game just to take the edge off it. You know, they've got the lead now. They need to get some confidence back into the game and start believing in themselves. You know, they're up in this game. This is a completely... they can turn the tables in this series. We just got to see how the Shadows answer back now. They're finally down into a series, in a game since... I'm pretty sure it's been since game 1.
Yeah, it has been since game 1, and you can see the Hurricanes responding to that now, and they're having a bit more joy now, and they've been inside the Shadows half a little bit more, and they're earning their shot here. I mean, Asher and JDS going for some kind of a fancy play, just not quite sure what the idea was. It looked promising, but didn't quite come off. And G-Wood says reverse sweep question mark. I mean, I'm all here for it. Like, I stand corrected. I want to be corrected, because Hurricane side, they are so good on their day. They can beat some formidable opposition. In fact, they have. But today has been all about the Shadows. But if they can come back and prove me wrong and reverse sweep it, I would love nothing more. Sheerly for the show factor. Darrow Dad has a name change. Welcome back, Roman's dad. Nice to have you back in the chat with us under your new alias as Asher scampers down the left-hand side now. And good, it is improvement, Cash. It's got to be said, it is an improvement here from the Hurricanes. They're looking a bit more likely to score. They're inside the pressure. Will they get rewarded now for that pressure? And it's 2-0 to the Hurricanes.
Again, this is exactly what the Hurricanes needed. They look like a different team in this game. It's been all of them so far. You can't say much more about it. What an absolutely amazing bounce back, and looking like they're swinging the momentum here back to their corner. But we've got to see how the rest of the game goes. There is still plenty of time for the Shadows to come back.
4 match points, of course, that the RAF Shadows have to defend. And so far, the defense of match point number 1 isn't quite going the way they quite intended. Curtis are trying to change that. That's a nice attempt at going Asher. And there he is. That's the coolness and the calmness and the composure that I've come to know and love Asher for. And some more love for you, actually, Cash, if you like. Fun fact, Asher was, at one point in his career, the #1 ranked player at Sideswipe. 1 versus 1.
Wow, I wouldn't want to 1v1 him then. I tried Sideswipe once, and let's say I should never try it again. Mobile games are not my strength. You know, I thought maybe Rocket League, I could be good at it, but I thought wrong. I'll just stick to a controller for now. But we've got Asher here at the back pocket. Lovely bump from Dark here. We've got time here, but you can see there's still 2 in the corner for the Hurricanes. Unfortunately, the Shadows don't capitalise on this. But we've got a backboard touch and a beautiful block here.
It's almost, you know, as if they're missing a channel of communication. I feel like if their comms were even slightly better this Hurricane side, they'd be so much more deadly. In my opinion, of course, Cash, and that's, you know, my inexperienced GC1. I can't even call myself GC1 anymore. C3 brain. So I'm sure you will agree that how comms are so important, and it just looks like there's a slight disconnect at the moment.
It's a shot by Kurt, and I've got to say, Stella, 100%. I've got to agree with you here, because you can see again, it's just unfortunate here. Fortunate for the Shadows with a double commit, but there's nobody back. It's an open net. The communication is such an important thing, especially in defense in such an intense series like this. You've got to be able to not double commit and make sure you're listening to each other. And I think that, you know, they're just missing one piece of the puzzle here, the Hurricanes, just to just take the series by charge.
I have to agree. I mean, the Shadows, as we've noted pretty much all night, they have been excellent. They've been really, really good. A well-rehearsed performance. You know, it's been in the making, and you can see nice demos. Roman finding Logan. Can he get his car into a shooting position? He can, but it was just wide of the mark. But Curtis maintains the pressure inside this Hurricanes penalty area into the final 45 seconds. Can the Hurricanes hold on and desperately look to start any kind of a reverse sweep? It'd be the perfect way to do so. It's the only way they can do so. There goes Asher, free backboard, drops it down, but a great save by a combination of DeRomus and Curtis, the captain, doing captain things for the Shadows. And now Roman looks to clear into the final 20 seconds. Asher drops to the sidewall. Nice shot by Ben Sully. Away though by Logan. It's now or never for the Shadows. Can they find a shot at goal? Drops it down. And it's a fantastic equaliser. And this one isn't done just yet.
Once again, you're seeing just a lack of communication from the Hurricanes here. JDS all along with no boost. And again, it's absolutely beautiful from the Shadows to capitalise on that mistake. And it's 2-2 with 10 seconds left. it's going to be hard for the Hurricanes right now, especially with such a dominant lead at the start here, and all the momentum's in the Shadows' favour, and this could be going to OT right now.
One more chance for drama potentially here late on as this ball looks at 0. Asher looks to drop it, and it will drop. And we do go to overtime. I've kept the cameras on so you can see the live reactions of Curtis and Doromus there to the right-hand side of your screen as they look to secure 3rd position in the Royal Air Force rankings. There goes Doromus. Nice save by Sully. Logan again springs high and fast, looks to go underneath JDS, but that's a lovely clearance by JDS. And now Roman, with a bit of time, looks towards Logan, who's trying to do his best to put Sully off. But Curtis, nice composed play from him. Shot though by JDS. It's a nice shot and a nice demo attempt. But the Shadows survived that time, and Cash, you have to make a bet right now. Who is this game going to?
It's going to be the Shadows for me, and even the defense looks like a brick wall right now. They're in flow state. There's no double commits, and it's just... It feels like it's just a matter of time before the Hurricanes just overcommit, and there's a whiff from, but there's a save, and I just can't see the Hurricanes breaking through the Shadows' defense right now. They just look so in sync, and it's going to be a tough one for the Hurricanes here. But Logan with the touch back, we've got Asher on the wall, gets a shot on target, but we've got a save from Dark here. Again, all the balls in the Shadows half, but they're just not doing much with it at the minute. Cool got close, there's a whiff by Roman. It's beautiful by the captain once again. Clinical clear out.
Doromus drops it down and finds the back of the net. Game, set, match. It's the RAF Shadows who take their 3rd position slot now in the Royal Air Force rankings. A deserved winner, it must be said. The Hurricanes really tried hard to fight back. They almost got themselves back a game. It is what it is for them. They've got to go back to the drawing board. But for the RAF Shadows, who have had such an amazing 2025, I should say, so far. I mean, the good run continues for them. They've got Germany to look forward to. They've now secured spot number 3 in the Royal Air Force rankings. And Curtis, their good year continues.
Yeah, big props to the Shadows for this series. You know, absolute dominant performance. Not much answer back from the Hurricanes here, but absolutely deserved from the Shadows. As you can see, the grind over the past few months finally paying off, and they're back in that 3rd ranking in the RAF.
I think what I'll do is, whilst we have them here, I might just see if I can nab the captain of this wonderful RAF Shadow side. Yeah, I'll just bring him to the commentary box momentarily to ask him a couple of questions as Curtis, or El Curtinho, joins us in the commentary box. Curtis, good evening to you, brother. How are you today?
Hello, mate. Very well. How are you?
Well, I mean, if watching such a good series didn't put me in a good mood, I don't know what would. That's a clean 4-0 for you and the RAF Shadows, Curtis. Walk me through that one tonight.
You know what? We've just been on fire the past couple of days, so it's just another day at the office.
You have a comment from G Wood, of course, who recently got into the 2IC role. Not that that's relevant, of course, right now, but he does say, "You know what to do, Shadows? I want revenge." So it seems like he's almost trying to bait the Shadows into putting their token in against the RAF Tempests. Is that in your future plans, or is that for maybe post AFEI?
So I would technically, do we have our token to?
Yes, because you won your token match, so you retain your token.
There we go then. Consider this token inserted.
Oh, it's done.
We are coming for you.
Well, there you go, G-Wood. You have the issue has been put in the ball has been now put in your court. And again, for those who are not aware, the system that we have in place now requires Curtis and Elliot, the captains of the RAF Tempest and the RAF Shadows, to now communicate with each other privately and come up with a date that is as reasonably quick as possible to get this played out on stream. And, you know, with a very busy period ahead, with the BFBS Pro League qualifiers coming up, with AFEI coming up, it's going to be an interesting time to try and fit that all together. But I am here for it. And, you know, I know Cash has thoroughly enjoyed being in the commentary box with me tonight. But one more for you, Curtis, bro. I mean, you share a name with my co-commentator tonight. One of the greats of British Rocket League, if not the best, in my opinion, in British Rocket League. Have you taken some of his gameplay from him, do you reckon?
Well, I must have. So yeah, not seen it personally, but yeah, maybe.
And the performance levels from your team tonight as a whole, genuinely, being serious now, was really, really good. I mean, you guys looked very, very organised. You looked like a team that had composure in defence. Looking forward again to, just under too much time now with the AFEI. What kind of targets are you guys setting yourselves for that particular tournament?
Score as many goals as we can against as many teams as we can. I don't know what the sort of level is, but we're going to go in and just see how many games we can take off people.
All right, so one more question from me then, and I'll actually involve Cash on this one as well, and I will use... In fact, this question, Cash, is for you, but for Curtis. So, I mean, that's a lot of Curtises there in one call, but...
For both Curtises, okay,
yeah,
let's hear it.
Pretty much. So then for you, Cash, I mean, and again, for you, Coutinho as well, bro, the level of the AFEI... well, it depends. You have the French Air Force who sit around GC1. The Royal Navy will be there this year, which you've already beaten in the inter-services. And the level goes from sort of that level, maybe a tiny bit lower, straight through to, collegiate Rocket League world champions in low-tech from the US Air Force. So there is some formidable opposition there. I mean, they went 32-0 the whole of last tournament. But for the Shadows, Cash, what kind of advice, if any, would you give to them when they are playing against such a high level of opposition?
Just have good vibes. I mean, you weren't even expected to be there, not to be harsh, but, have fun and play with confidence. You're there for a reason. You earned it. So, bring your best because you deserve to be there.
Happy with that, Curtis?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Well, please take yourself and those excellent vibes back to the RAF Shadows chat. It's been a pleasure having you in the commentary box, and well done on getting 3rd position in the Royal Air Force Rocket League rankings. Hopefully you'll be there for a long time. And yeah.
Well, not too long. We'll be second soon.
Wow. Well, okay. And I think there's no better place to end that than at the point that we're at right now. So again, I thank you, RAF Shadows. I thank Hurricanes for their time too. Commiserations to them. They'll go back to the drawing board. And of course, I must thank my very special co-commentator for this evening, Cash. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you. And hopefully not for the last time either.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been an honour.
The honour was all ours. Guys, take care. Thank you for the subs, by the way, and the follows. I've been seeing them all come in. It's crazy how we had a massive little hype sub trade. Thank you so much for that. It really does help the channel. And any funds we make from that gets reinvested directly back into our wonderful community. So they thank you as well. But from myself, Stelios, from Cash on my side, and from the RAF Shadows, we bid you a very good night. Take care and peace.